If I lost my YouTube channel tomorrow and had to start completely over with 0 subscribers, 0 views and 0 income, I would not spend the next year trying to become a YouTube celebrity. I'd build a small audience, create videos around a specific problem, and start making money before I had thousands of subscribers. There's one big mistake I would avoid that most new creators make, because it can keep you stuck making videos for months or even years without even earning a dollar. So let me show you how exactly I would approach YouTube if I was starting from 0 in 2026 or 2027. I would not start with monetization. The first thing I would change is my definition of success. If you start a YouTube channel, you might think, I need 1,000 subscribers, or I need to get monetized, or I need a viral video. I wouldn't make any of these my primary goal. My first goal would be to find a group of people that have a problem I could solve. Because here's the interesting part. I don't need a massive audience to make money on YouTube. You just need the right audience. For example, a channel with 5,000 highly targeted viewers can potentially be more valuable than a channel with 100,000 random viewers. So if I was starting over, I'd pick a niche where people are already spending money to solve problems. That could be YouTube growth, fitness, photography, software, investing, career development, education, or what generally I'm knowledgeable about. But then I'd go one step further. I'd find the specific problem that's inside that niche, because fitness is much too broad. Instead, I would make a video on how to build muscle after 50, which is much more specific. Instead of YouTube growth, I would make a video on why your videos are not getting views and exactly how to fix it. And let me ask you something. If you had to start over on YouTube today, what niche would you choose and why? Drop your answer in the comments, because I'm very curious what you would choose, especially if you had to start from 0 subscribers and 0 income. The niche you choose can determine not only how easy it is to attract viewers, but also how easy it is to eventually make money from those viewers. And that leads to my second step. I would build videos around problems, not topics. This is one of the biggest changes I'd make. I wouldn't sit down and ask, what kind of video would I make today? I'd ask, what problem does my ideal viewer want solved? That's a completely different way of thinking. For example, instead of making a video titled YouTube thumbnails, I'd make why your YouTube thumbnails are not getting clicks and how to fix them. Instead of YouTube analytics, I'd make why your videos are getting views and suddenly stop. Notice what happens. The video becomes about the viewer's problems, not your desire to talk about a subject. Here's another reason I do this. Problem-based videos create opportunities to sell something. This brings me to the part most creators get backwards. I would build an email list from day one. If I was starting over, I wouldn't depend entirely on YouTube to make money. I'd use YouTube to build an audience, then move some of that audience to build an email list. Why? Because YouTube controls the algorithm, you don't control who sees your videos, and you don't control whether your video gets recommended tomorrow. But when someone joins your email list, you have a direct way to communicate with them. So I'd create a free resource that solves a small problem. This could be a checklist, a template, a cheat sheet, a collection of prompts, a short guide, and then I mention it in my videos. For example, if you want to download my free YouTube channel security checklist, click the link in the description below. That's how I'd start building my first revenue stream. I'd create a simple digital product. I wouldn't start by creating a $997 course. I'd create something small, useful, and easy to buy. Maybe a $7 ebook, a $19 template pack, a $29 mini course. Something that solves one specific problem. In fact, that's exactly why I created my new ebook, Get More Views on YouTube. Why your YouTube videos are not getting views and exactly how to fix it. Click the link in the description if you want to check it out. You'll get a practical guide to understanding why YouTube videos struggle and exactly what you can do to improve them. Here's the important lesson. I wouldn't wait until I had 10,000 subscribers to create a product. I'd create it as soon as I knew there was a problem that people want solved, because your first product doesn't have to make you rich. Its job is to prove something. Will people actually pay to solve the problem? If the answer is yes, then you've created something incredibly valuable. I'd use YouTube to sell without making every video a sales pitch. Now this is where I think a lot of creators get nervous. They think, if I promote something, people will stop watching. But you don't need to turn your videos into commercials. I make the video genuinely useful first, then connect the product to the problem that I'm solving. For example, if you want the complete checklist to improve your video's chances of getting views, I've put it into my ebook. Link is in the description. That's it. No hard sell. No 5-minute sales pitch, just a logical next step for someone that wants more help. And here's where the strategy gets really interesting. You can make money from the same video months or even years later. A video that solves an evergreen problem can continue bringing in more viewers, email subscribers and customers long after you've published it. Which is why the next strategy would be I'd focus on evergreen videos and timely opportunities. If I was starting from zero today, I wouldn't entirely rely on trending topics. Instead, I'd use a combination. I'd make some videos around what people are searching and struggling with right now, but I'd also build a library of evergreen videos to attract new viewers. Think of it like this. Timely videos bring people in. Evergreen videos keep bringing people in. Once you have dozens or even hundreds of useful videos working for you, your channel becomes an asset. But here's another mistake I'd avoid. I'd never judge a video by how many views it gets, because a 2,000 view video that generates 20 customers could be more valuable than a 200,000 view video that generates nothing. And that changes how I think about YouTube's success. I'd build multiple income streams, but one at a time. Once the first income stream works, I'd expand it to affiliate marketing, sponsorships, digital products, courses, consulting, memberships, YouTube ad revenue. But I wouldn't try to do them all at once. I get one working first. For example, from a YouTube video, I get them on my email list and then promote my product from that list. Once that works consistently, I might add affiliate products, then perhaps a higher priced course. Eventually, you could have several income streams coming from the same audience. That's why I don't obsess over subscriber count. Instead, I would obsess over something even more important: how much value I can create for the right viewer. Because if you can solve an expensive problem for the right audience, you don't need millions of subscribers. I treat every video like it was part of my business. This is probably the biggest mind shift I'd make. I wouldn't think I'm a YouTuber trying to get views. I'd think I'm building a media business using YouTube. That means every video has a purpose. Some videos will attract new viewers, some will build trust, some will answer objections, some will introduce products, some will generate email subscribers, and some simply strengthen your relationship with your audience. Once you start thinking this way, YouTube becomes much more predictable. You're no longer hoping that one video goes viral. Instead, you're building a system, and that's exactly what I'd do if I was starting from zero in 2026 or 2027. So if I had to start over tomorrow, here's a simple plan I'd follow. Number 1, pick an audience with a specific problem. Number 2, create videos that solve those problems. Number 3, build an email list from day 1. Number 4, create a simple digital product before I have a huge audience. Number 5, use YouTube to continue to drive people towards my product. Number 6, build evergreen content while taking advantage of timely opportunities. And finally, don't measure success by the number of subscribers or views. Measure whether your audience is actually becoming a business. The goal is to build an audience that trusts you enough to eventually buy something that genuinely helps them. So if you're starting from zero, there's one thing you need to understand before making thousands of dollars on YouTube. How do you make your first $100? Because most YouTubers never get there. Watch my next video titled, Why Most YouTubers Never Make $100 and How to Fix It. It'll show you the biggest reasons why most creators get stuck at zero and what you can do to get your first paying customer. Click that video now, because making your first $100 will change the way you think about YouTube forever.